Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Thought we would just go live for a few minutes. I can't stay super long, but um, we can quickly look at the market. All right. All right, guys. Nothing's changed, right? We still have the final balls to break through. We haven't done it yet. You guys know the drill. We still here, right? Nothing's changed. So remember that the 20-week, is it now at 43.6? So about 4,000 above where we currently are. Still have a ways to go there, and my guess is we're gonna have some more definitive insight this month. Okay, I don't think it's gonna drag out too much longer on whether we're gonna decisively break it or not. I think it's gonna be decided this month. This is my guess. September tends to not be the best month for Bitcoin. So if we break above the 20-week and then in September we come back down and test it, that could be one path. But for now we still have a little ways to go here. Well, we can try to answer some questions. What kind of questions do you guys have? No, we're not doing houses. I don't think houses are usually reserved for all-time highs. Now, sometimes I draw them just to appease you guys, but house drawing is for all-time highs. And I think we already did a house at 40K. We already did a house at 40K Bitcoin like a week ago as well. So we're not going to keep doing houses at 40K. So Bitcoin right now is struggling to break past 40K. I think that, so we're currently back above the 21-week EMA, which is good. I think it would be strong if Bitcoin could close the week above the 21-week EMA, even if it's unable to go all the way up to the 20-week SMA. So that would be the consolation prize for not going to the 20-week SMA, is at least closing above the 21-week EMA, which is what a lot of people use, in fact. So yeah. Am I surprised to see the summer lull come to an end sooner than I expected? No, we said 3 to 6 months. It's been 3 months. I don't even know that it's necessarily out an end. There's a good chance it is if we break through the 20-week, and then I would say, if we break it and test it as support, then 3 months I think was the lower bound. If we don't, then we kick the can down the road a few more months. What are my thoughts on on-chain analysis? I think on-chain analysis is useful as long as it's done by a non-biased analyst. If someone's super biased in their analysis, then any type of TA or on-chain stuff is useless if someone's using it from a biased perspective. I've always been the bearish bull. Well, as I say, I'm bullish on Bitcoin, but you always want to have a couple of panda bears next to your side to keep you in check. It keeps you from making the crazy 300K predictions by September, right? Just to have a couple of koala bears hanging out next to the bull. So yeah, I think it's important to do that, because otherwise you get into these crazy price predictions that have no realistic way of happening. Did I have a part in Steve's 3 box theory? I'm not sure what you mean. Um, what about a polar bear? No, with Bitcoin, with Bitcoin, if you're a perma bear, then you lose more than you win. So with Bitcoin, you don't want to be a perma bear, right? You don't want to be a perma bear. You want to be a bull because the bulls tend to win. Okay, that goes with the stock market too, by the way, right? You generally want to be a bull, and occasionally the bears get it right, but it's more likely than not that the bulls are right. So if you had to pick one, I would say being perma bullish is better than being perma bearish. Okay, I would definitely say that. But I also think being bullish and also recognizing when we're really oversold and whatnot, that we could go down for a little bit, and recognizing when we're ahead of schedule, I think that's a good thing too. So yeah, I mean, I think that I think being perma bullish is better than being perma bearish, but I think people should be somewhat realistic and not expect too much, right? If you expect too much, then you can be let down. But if you sort of manage your expectations, then you're just like you're pleasantly surprised, right? You're just constantly pleasantly surprised, which I think is a better way to manage the market. Otherwise, you just FOMO in, right? You just constantly FOMO into the market, and then eventually it just goes down. But for now, right, Bitcoin's making a run at hopefully the 20-week. We're still a little ways to go here. I mean, it's not as lofty of a milestone as it was last week because it has come down. The 20-week last week was like, 44.6, I think, or something, and now it's 43.6K. So the 20-week SMA is, 43.6K, only about $4,000 above where we currently are. So that is one useful thing about the 20-week SMA dropping each week, is that it gets closer to us. Okay, so I mean, one of the advantages of going sideways here for so long is that the 20-week SMA had time to sort of level out and then come down some. And if we get rejected by it, if we get rejected and we come down again, then the next time we test it, it'll be even lower, and then we'll probably have an even higher probability of breaking through it if we don't break through it this time. Yeah, Ethereum is it's having a pretty good day here. So it's up 9% on the day. It's at 27.43. So it's keep an eye on this area, because this is the area that we got rejected at before. So, and it's coincidentally twice the 1400 all-time high from 2018. Keep an eye on this area, because I mean, this has been one hell of a rally here. In order to get above these prior levels, we'd want to see a move above 3K, right? I mean, a move above 3K is we're no longer I'd say we're out of the woods to some degree. But if we just come in here and get rejected, then nothing has really changed. So let's see. I think that's the next major test for Ethereum, is can it actually get above these prior levels? Because we tested this level in late May, we tested this level in early June. Now we're testing it in early August for the third time on the way up. Have I got an end of cycle prediction for Ethereum? I would say around 10K, plus or minus a few K. Like, I don't think it's going to go all the way to 20K. I don't even know if it's going to make it to 10K, but I can say that if it makes it to 10K, like, I'll be very happy, and I'll root you guys on if I sell it and it goes higher. Someone says they'd like to see Ethereum make a higher low also. Yeah, I'm guessing they're talking about Bitcoin making a higher low. Like if you go to say the 1 hour chart, or sorry, a lower high is what I mean. So we need to see if Bitcoin, if this is our first higher low, and if we can put in a higher high. right now? We haven't, but I mean, momentum is still there at the moment. Is the channel done once I sell? No, I mean, once I sell, I mean, like I would still try to help you guys out even if I'm not in the market. What do I think about the infrastructure bill that's supposed to crush crypto? I mean, obviously the nuances of the bill are, I guess, they're still being worked out. You know, a lot of the wordings and stuff. Am I frozen? I don't know how to get it going again. Can anyone hear me? So you guys hear me, just no screen. Okay. All right. Well, we probably don't need the screen anyways. Or we don't. You don't need to see me. All right. Is it just my video or is it the whole? Yeah, it looks like it's updating. All right, let's see if we break 40K. We're at 39,945 right now. Ethereum's up to 2748. So we're coming in on twice the all-time high. Feels weird that you can't see me. All right, we're at 39,937. Let's see, Ether Bitcoin's coming in at 0.0687. So we are essentially where we were back over here at this wick in early July. But let's see if Bitcoin can break 40K here. We're about $50 shy. I guess we'll go over to the 1 minute time frame. I mean, it's certainly trying to make a run for it. You can see we've pretty quickly been moving up here the last few hours or so. So we're now at 39,951. $39,954. Looks like we actually had a wick earlier to 39,962. Yeah, I know the USB disconnected, but I don't know why. I'll try to turn the camera back on, but no, it's still frozen. Yeah, I think the main thing to be careful about at this point is to just realize that until we're above it, we're not out of the woods. I want us to be out of the woods, guys, but we're not out of the woods until we're above it and holding it as support again. So just remember that. We've seen these patterns before. Just let's get above it before you guys schedule the. I know you guys got Forbes on speed dial, but I would say if we get above it and then hold it, that would be a more ideal time. Some of you guys are already calling Forbes, but we still have the final boss to go at the 20-week SMA, which is about, okay, we're at 39 and I'm 34, so we're getting pretty close. No, guys, if Forbes is calling, you got to cancel. You got to cancel. You tell them there's more important business to take care of right now, and that's making sure Bitcoin gets above the bull market support band before you take their call. Gosh, I wish I could get the video to work. I don't know why it's not working. Let me see if I can change it to a different. Let me see if I can add a video device. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can add a video device. Let's see. All right, does that work? You guys can see me now, huh? I didn't have. I added another video device. All right. Yeah, I mean, obviously Ethereum is the most exciting thing right now. You know, I think that it's funny because I did a poll on Twitter earlier and I said, like, do you guys think it's are we going to get a sell-off after EIP 1559? And the results are, let me see, what are the results? Oops. So right now, it looks like Twitter, over the last 3 hours, it looks like 67% of people think we're going to have a pullback, and 32% think we're not. So it looks like that's the current Twitter sentiment at the moment is 67, almost 68. So 68-32 is the split right now. So more than 2/3 of people, more than 2/3 of you guys think we're about to have a pullback by Ethereum. All right, let's see if Bitcoin still no 40K. I have to go soon, actually. I'm not going to stay on super long. We're at 39,927. Looks like ADA is trying to crack a $1.40. Dot still below 20. You know what I think is funny? I have to rag on Litecoin anytime I get the chance, right? Like look at this. All right, so Bitcoin is twice its all-time high from the last cycle. Ethereum is twice its all-time high from the last cycle. Litecoin is not even half its all-time high from the last cycle. Like I told you guys in 2019 and 2020, like Litecoin, the opportunity cost of owning it's too damn high. It's proof. The proof is in the pudding, right? I mean, you're looking at it right here. Litecoin's not even half its all-time high from 2017, 2018. Bitcoin and Ethereum both 2x their all-time high from back then. So again, Litecoin is not one. Yeah, I mean, it's Litecoin. What else is there to say? I remember people from 2017 that used to say Litecoin was going to be worth 1/4 of a Bitcoin. How the times have changed. So let's look at our line in the sand here. So we drew these lines the other day. That's one. And I don't know how you want to draw this one. I mean, obviously you can draw it however you want to make it work, but that's where we got rejected at. Looks like it would now be at 41.3K or so, which is actually where we came up to back over here in June. By the way, remember to subscribe to the channel and give the video a thumbs up if you like the content. We also have the premium list. You can find a link to the sale in the description below. We actually have a Telegram channel too. I don't know what they do in the Telegram channel some nights because they're always doing something, but we have over 44,000 people. I'll put a link here in the comments if you guys want to check it out. My face is blocking the price. Well, the price is just noise, right? Price is just noise. I'll fix it. Let's see. There you go. All right, what other questions? Do we have any questions? We'll try to answer some questions. What's the timeline for furnishing the house? I don't really have a timeline, honestly. Like we haven't like I haven't gotten any furniture. I still have my cardboard desk. I don't know if you guys believe me. I can prove it. I know someone said they don't believe me. I prove it too. Now you know I'm not just making stuff up. See that? This is cardboard, my friends. We're still using cardboard. Think about it. If you think about it, you know, there are fake Bitcoiners who pretend to buy the dip, and then there are real Bitcoiners who have cardboard desks and actually buy the dip. Am I wearing a Coinbase t-shirt? No, this is my Into the Cryptoverse t-shirt. If you go to store.intothecryptoverse.com, you can get one. Why is there not a second chair? There is a second chair. Look, there's a second chair behind me. See that chair? So there's that chair, and there's that chair. Other questions? When link staking? That's a good question. You'll have to ask them. I don't think they give any deadlines or timeframes on when link staking is going to be alive. I haven't heard anything. Rest assured that if they ever have link staking live, we'll be running a link staking pool, but it's not live. But I recommend one meal a day. Actually, I've not even eaten today, so maybe. I never eat. I like never eat breakfast, and I only eat lunch like 50% of the time. Don't recommend it. Does my wife like crypto? Um, she likes it more than she used to, but I think a lot of people's spouses could probably relate to that. Um, you know, I remember a few weeks ago, she said Bitcoin is the future. And I was like, whoa, that's pretty big for her to say that. So, yeah, I mean, I think she recognizes that crypto's, growing. I think one of the things that she recognizes is that like there's more and more people that are talking about crypto. And then she's like, oh yeah, that's what Ben's been doing. Vince wants to advertise on my channel. He says, can I advertise on your channel? No, sir. Man, I get offered to advertise like every single day. All right, what other questions? Talk about ADA? I mean, ADA's not doing anything. What do you guys want? I mean, like look, you guys always want these ADA updates, and it hasn't done anything in like half a year. I mean, remember back in February we said like I was like, all right, ADA prediction in the year 120, 121, 122, 123. Like it just hasn't done anything. When it does something, we'll let you know, right? But I mean, is anyone here getting out of bed for an ADA between $1 and $1.50? I mean, if you are, then your criteria for getting out of bed is fairly low, I think. I mean, we've been between $1 and $1.50 for like half a year now. So I don't really think it's that exciting at the moment. You should be staking your ADA and earning interest. ITC stake pool, ITC, or I can draw an I, and then like a cup of tea, and then the C, ITC. Yeah, I mean, I think with ADA, the fact that it still never really dropped that much relative to a lot of other altcoins is probably a testament to how well it will do whenever Bitcoin goes to 100K. So, I mean, as far as I'm concerned, I feel like ADA is a winner to have in your portfolio if you don't have it. DCAing, if you don't have it, is probably the best strategy, especially if Bitcoin dumps. I mean, like if Bitcoin kicks the bucket or something, you're going to want to have funds to continue DCAing. So I would say that, I don't know exactly when Bitcoin's going to go to 100K, but whenever it does, and then the impending altcoin moves after that, are what we're looking for, right? And remember, I think this cycle is going to be lengthened out. So, I don't know exactly when it's going to come, but we need time, and we need a lot of time for Bitcoin because Bitcoin still has to get to 45K. It's got to get to the 20-week, go above the 20-week, come back down, hold it as support. Then it's got to conquer 50K. It's got to conquer 60K, 65K. It's got a long way to go. I'm not in a rush to get there. I mean, it's sort of like a journey, right? In fact, like sometimes the journey is more fun, right, than the destination. I feel like the journey to 100K or 150K, is going to be more fun than us actually being at those levels. Because once we're at those levels, let's say within a couple of years we're at those levels, maybe sooner, right? It might not be 2 years, it could be 1 year, it could be less. But once we're at those levels, that's probably not going to be as much fun because then I have to be like the bad guy to tell people, hey guys, this is the market cycle. This is where we think, it's not likely to go much above. And then everyone will complain and whine. But yeah, I think the journey to the level is probably more exciting than actually being there. So all that said, where would you, in your opinion, see the top of the cycle? Yeah, I mean, I feel like, yeah, I mean, like 2022 is possible. I've always said I think 2022 is the earliest it could happen. Someone said there it goes, but it looks like it's still below 40. So I don't know. Looks like it's still below 40 to me. Ethereum is at 27.56. So yeah, I mean we're coming in hot on these prior local tops. Okay. So I mean maybe keep an eye out for these levels like 2900 and 2840. These are levels we're coming up to quickly, and you know we've gotten rejected before off of them, and also going into EIP 1559 launch. Yeah, I mean we'll see what happens here, guys. I mean we're also at 40K. Bitcoin's flirting with the bull market support band. I mean, I'm telling you, I feel like in the next, like in August will set the stage for the rest of the cycle. Okay, that's my opinion. August, this month, will set the stage for the rest of the market cycle. We just have to see what happens. We have to see if Bitcoin gets rejected. And if it does, then, you know, I know a lot of people would be sad, but honestly, you should be happy. I think you should be happy because then it just gives you longer to accumulate before it goes up. And if it goes up, then obviously people are going to be happy. So it's a win-win. Don't stress about it. If we get rejected, we get rejected. If we don't, we don't. I mean, you know, at least we're not ahead of schedule anymore, right? If we draw our cycle ROI, at least we're no longer ahead of schedule like we used to be. So that's at least something that we have going for us now that we didn't have going for us back in March and April. So now the question is, are we going to go up here, or are we going to kick the can down the road and then go up? I don't know. Yeah, Rich has an interesting question. I've talked about this some. He says, what's your opinion about a triple peak cycle? Rally to 100K this year, drop, then rally up to 130, 150K. I think it's possible for sure. You know, we've talked about the idea of a triple peak cycle before. Obviously, it's very theoretical. We don't even have a double peak cycle yet. I would say that, yeah, like a rally to 100K, you know, maybe we have a similar drop and then we go to 140K or something. Yeah, I think that's possible. I think what's more telling is what is the total market cap at the time? Because if the total market cap, you know, hits our extreme overvaluation trend line or something, then it probably is time to get out. And we're not there yet. We have a long way to go to get there. But yeah, I think it ultimately will depend on where that is. But yeah, I mean, I think a triple peak is possible. You know, like I'm trying to think of like a scenario where it could play out. Like imagine like Bitcoin gets above the bull market support band in August, and then let's say like in September we come back down, we test it as support. Remember, it was last year at this time. That's basically what happened, if you guys remember. So like let's zoom back in. So last year at this time in July we were already above the 20-week actually, but in August we went above it, and then in September we came back down below it. So let's just think of a theoretical timeline that could bring on a triple peak cycle. Let's assume like we get above it in August, we come back down, test it as support in September, and then we go up. You know, I mean, this is the bullish, right? This is the case for the bulls, right? The case for the bulls would be up in August. Maybe we go to like, I don't know, 47, 49K. We come back down. Maybe we test the 20-week for a little bit, and then we go up and we take out some of these highs, and you know, and we continue going. And maybe we go up to, you know, 80K, 90K, 100K, and I'm assuming that we would get rejected. Maybe we do something similar, and then maybe we go up again and go up to like 140K. And you know, I mean, each time it could theoretically go into the regression band, right? I mean, like if it it did something like that. Now that would be the case for the bulls, right? I mean, if you want to talk about the case for the bears, that's a different story. The case for the bears would just be we come up and get rejected like we did here off the 50 week. And like we did here, we didn't get rejected, but we failed to hold it as support. So that would be the case for the bears. In the case for the bears, we get rejected, and then we probably kick the can down the road for 2 to 3 months, and then try to break it again later. What's my thought on Polkadot's price by the end of the cycle? I mean, assuming Bitcoin goes to like 150K, probably a few $100s for Polkadot. My main concern with Polkadot is I think they need to get their marketing together. I think they're lacking a little bit in the marketing space, and I think that they need to get their staking stuff together with like the validators and whatnot, because right now it's actually very centralized if you want to run a validator. So I think they need to get some stuff together and they can shine, right? I mean, parachain auctions and whatnot. So I think I'm bullish on Polkadot, assuming Bitcoin is bullish. And yeah, I mean, I think it'll go up a lot from here. All right, Ethereum is at 2763. So I guess the question is, are we going to make it? Are we going to take out some of these prior local tops here? My top 3 forever coins. I mean, Bitcoin and Ethereum for sure. Beyond that, it's a good question for sure. My top 5 are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Link, ADA, and DOT. So I would say those are my top 5. So then the top, I don't really know what the third one would be. It would probably be ADA, Polkadot, or Link. Cardano, Polkadot, or Link. Oh, Bitcoin's above 40K on CME. Well, I mean, it's not above it on here. Why don't I believe in XRP? It has nothing to do with me believing in it or not. I mean, I just think they need to get the SEC stuff worked out, right? What don't I like about Solana? I mean, I think Solana is a good. I feel like it'll probably do well. I think the major issue is that it's pretty bulky. It's the chain's growing by like terabytes every single year, and it's really expensive to run a node. So they're essentially sacrificing scalability for quick transactions. So that's what they're sacrificing. Some people like that. Someone says that on-chain analysis shows smart money is accumulating. Yeah, I mean, it's almost time to break out of the sandbox. Let's hope so. I mean, we're close. We're close. We're not quite there yet. We're close. Remember, though, on-chain analysis doesn't catch everything, right? It doesn't catch people that are already on exchanges. It does not catch that stuff. Because remember, a lot of the on-chain analysts did not call for a dump to 29K. And I think the reason is because, not on-chain analysis does not capture everything in the market, right? It does not capture what's going on centralized exchanges. It can capture transactions or when you send money to centralized exchanges, but if you're just moving it on a centralized exchange, it doesn't capture that. So it's not going to capture everything. What hair product do I use? Nothing. Just water. All right, guys. I think I should probably head out. But hopefully you guys like the content. I'm sure you'll watch Bitcoin for me. Let me know if it goes above 40K. Make sure you guys subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. Remember, we have the premium list. You can find a link to that in the description below if you want to know how I'm navigating the market. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.